Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Rustbelt Collector here with another unboxing review. Today I'm looking at these two Fortnite figures. I should mention right up front that I do not play this game, and I actually only have played it once. I did very bad at it, and I never played it again. However, I am interested in IAFs, and an IAF to me is interesting action figure. These two I just feel like are interesting action figures. They're 3 3/4 inch. I think they look cool, their designs are really interesting, and so that's why I picked them up. Not because of the game, but because you've got a really cool post-apocalyptic guy, and you've got a really cool robot. So first up, you've got Ruckus. It's this really cool kind of post-apocalyptic character. He comes with the harvesting tool and one building structure piece. Here's got the blue packaging, nice artwork up there, all the different characters. Oddly enough, I actually kind of want the banana character, Peely. I feel like it'd be kind of a fun, like, gag action figure if I could ever find one, but not something I'm super interested in picking up. But if I ever found one, I might. As you can see, nice back artwork. Legalese here about just, choking hazard, stuff like that. Your typical normal stuff there. And yeah, that's the outside of the box. Let's open this guy up and take a look at the figure. Alright, so the package has this 2019 collector's guide included. I actually kind of love these like paper inserts that you get with these figures. They're not really done anymore. I just remember as a kid I always loved seeing what other characters there were, and it was actually effective marketing because I'd look at these and I'd go, I want that one and that one and that one and that one. But they don't really do it anymore, probably to save paper and the trees or something like that. But so here you can see all these. We've got the A.I.M figure there. I kind of like the Leviathan Peely, as I said before. Also, this Vertex looks pretty interesting, but don't know if I'll pick any more up. Just, taking a look here. Bunch of weapons that you can probably get in those accessory packs, ammo crates. I actually have gotten those. You can check out one of my previous videos where I did kind of a comparison to see how these weapons sized with other 3 3/4 inch action figure lines. Looking at what the figure comes with, there's this really nice, damaged post-apocalyptic building structure piece. It's got a nice silver, weathering wash to it, which gives it a nice look. Honestly, I probably wouldn't use these for anything. I don't have others that I can combine them with, but this is actually a cool piece that I could see maybe being incorporated into a diorama or something. Next up is his harvesting tool, as I'm told that's what it's called. This is a cool, post-apocalyptic, kit-bashed kind of weapon. Looks like something you might see coming out of Borderlands or something like that. Maybe Fallout, like a super sledge. Kind of cool, even for a non-Fortnite, figure, this would be a cool weapon, so I could see this working in a lot of different ways outside of just, posing it as a Fortnite figure. Taking a look now at the figure itself, it's got some really cool details. Right up top, you got this wacky hairdo coming out the gas mask. Really cool detailing there. He's got these armored shoulder pads going on. Nice detailing and sculpting on this soft rubber bandolier that he's got, as well as an undershirt. Then he's got some cool ammo belts going on, straps down here, spiked knee pads, spiked shin guards, and spiked boots. Super cool character. He's got some tubes coming off him here. Really reminds me of like a Borderlands character or something like that, which really is pretty awesome. For articulation, you've got a ball joint and a swivel up here, but not a good range of articulation. He's got some plastic up here, so as you can see, can't really get much past that. Takes a bit to force that. No real downward, no real tilt, but a good swivel. His torso does have really good crunch, and you can go back pretty far, forward pretty far. It's really nice. His shoulders only go up about to there. The armor attachment piece here is actually fixed to the shoulder, so when you go up, that's as far as you get. Elbows, you get just that, not much. One of the downsides of these, honestly, is their range of articulation. They have plenty of points of articulation, but very limited range. He does come with also a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. This one's an in and out, and this one is also a in and out. I would have liked to seen this one go up and down like it does on like the Star Wars figures, but that's alright, I guess. It just makes for easier weapon handling. He's also got a swivel here at the waist. He's got these nice ball jointed legs with a swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knees that get pretty far around. Good action posing with that. Then also he has a hinge and swivel at the foot. That might be, I can't really tell if that's a rocker or not. I don't think that it is, but it could be. It's got some good articulation in the feet there. And we'll give him his harvesting tool slash weapon. I don't know. It looks like a weapon to me. It's got a blade on it. But I guess in the game, it's probably a harvesting tool. So here he is holding the weapon. Looks really cool. Oh, sorry, the harvesting tool. Looks really nice. I think with like some washing, like a wash and like some weathering, this will look really cool, post-apocalyptic. Dirty it up a little bit, and it would fit in with just about any like Fallout, Borderlands, you know, you name it. It would fit in with that kind of scenario. So that's primarily why I got it. I just noticed too here he's got kind of like a data pad or some sort of comm link there. Cool little detail. And yeah, this is a pretty awesome figure. I think it's nice, good detailing, good sculpt. Could have better range of motion, but I mean maybe with some modification at the elbows and at the knees you could get a little bit more out of it, but overall it's not bad. It's got some really good sculpt detail, which kind of makes up for the lack of articulation. And I definitely say this is one to pick up if you ever spot it in store. Next up, we're going to take a look at the A.I.M figure. This is kind of a deluxe version, I think. It comes with the umbrella parachute thing, weapon, backpack, building pieces, and the harvesting tool, as well as the figure, of course. Really a cool figure, nice packaging. You got the character art there. Basically the same box as before. Big character art, characters from the same wave, legalese about bad things that can happen. And yeah, let's open this box up, see what this guy's like. Alright, so as before, this guy came with a collector's guide pamphlet there. I'm not going to show that again. He also came with this, which is just something to do with how best to assemble and put together all the building pieces. Won't really be needing that, but it's nice that they include that for the people that might be using it for something. He also does include these 4 building material pieces in a nice translucent blue. I think that's really cool. And in case anybody wants to see how these snap together, it's kind of simple. You just line them up, do that. You can have them at different angles, so you can make a corner. These can be a little bit tough to actually get snapped together, but you know, something like that and something like... And there, I kind of combined the extra one there and put it all together with one more. You could actually make a complete cube, so that's kind of cool. Again, I don't really have a use for them, but it could be nice for people that might want to build a diorama completely using these pieces. I feel like it's completely doable with the way they've actually designed these, so that's really cool. That's a nice feature. Also included is this really nice harvesting tool. It's got a lot of nice detail, sculpting. To me, it kind of resembles a super sledge from Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and any other Fallout game that they were included in. Also, you've got this nice backpack. I think they call them like back bling or something. Then also you've got this umbrella piece. It comes in 2 pieces that just snap together. It's like a parachute, you know, got some nice snowflake printing on it. It's really cool. Good sculpt on it too. Again, not something that I really have a use for, nor the reason why I picked up the figure, but it's nice to have these accessories included nonetheless. And finally, he comes with this rifle of some kind. Really cool paint detail with the silver, the red, and the blue like mixing together as it goes down. Good sculpt overall. It's a little bit more cartoonish, which is fitting with the Fortnite theme, but it might not fit in with, you know, other realistic lines like maybe G.I. Joe or Hacks or anything like that. Now onto the figure itself. He's got some really cool sculpting detail on his head, all these robotic bits and pieces that are on him. Good sculpting around the shoulder blades there, even tiny little printing across his chest, shoulders, forearms. Really nice detail on him. Kind of looks like Liberty Prime, also from Fallout 3. I don't know if they drew inspiration from that, but that's what I thought of when I first saw him. Nice forward on the head there, and doesn't really have a back just because of all of this amazing sculpting on the back. He can't really get a backward there. Not really much side to side to speak of, but he does have a nice swivel. Shoulders go up a little bit farther than that guy's. The armor seems to be a little bit lower and also maybe a little bit softer, so he can get good articulation there. Swivel, of course. Elbows about the same as before, and the same thing, hinge and swivel on the wrists, which is nice. Torso has a double ball joint, so you have this, and then you also have this, which when he came out of the box, he came in two pieces like this. He kind of like fell apart, but he does snap together really easily, and that doesn't like wobble or anything. That stays nice and tight. He also has a swivel here at the waist, which provides a really nice, impressive range of motion. I mean, he can get into all kinds of crazy poses. I think that's really awesome. Ball jointed hip with a swivel at the thigh for posing. He's got more detail here on the right thigh, as well as some text. I think it says 302 that runs down his leg there. Cool detail on the knee pads with a double jointed knee that gets up pretty far. The wonderful robotic sculpting here just runs down the leg to the foot, where you also have a hinge and you have a rocker of some kind in there. I'm not really sure. It doesn't get much in ways of like a side to side, but it's some sort of forward facing pin that goes into there. Out of the two of these, I think this one is my favorite. It just is so interestingly designed, a lot of really cool sculpting and print details on it. Better articulation as well, which is a bonus for me. Plus, the fact that he looks like Liberty Prime is pretty cool, or as I call him, Liberty Prime with pants. And we'll just give him his accessories now. This just pegs into the back like so, which looks nice. I think he looks good with or without, but unfortunately the backpack does cover up all that amazing sculpt detail that's done on the back there. Of course, he's got these two things that he can hold in his hands. I'm more interested in knowing how he holds the rifle, just because without the up and down hinge here, it could be interesting or maybe even difficult to actually get him to hold it properly. Okay, so not bad. He doesn't hold it the best I've ever seen, but it's also not the worst. It's a little bit difficult to tuck it into his shoulder just because of the chest armor that he has. This hand doesn't really want to reach all the way to hold it, so it's kind of like straining to pull out a little bit. But ultimately, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's pretty convincing. He at least can hold it with both arms. He can hold it practically up to his shoulder and, you know, to like peep down the sights like that. Overall, that's a really good sculpt to be able to do that and have all this detail and articulation. There are some improvements that I'd like to see, especially with like the elbows and maybe finding a way that they could hold these even better. But I mean, overall, I think it's a really awesome design. I love the character design. I just think it's super cool. Like I said, I don't play Fortnite or collect any of the lines typically, but I think that these are really awesome, and they're versatile figures that I feel like can fit in with a lot of different lines. I'm probably going to weather him up a little bit and just make him fit into more of a post-apocalyptic setting. Whereas with him, I don't know, I might just leave him like that. He's a really cool robot with pants. I think it's awesome. Really cool design overall. And like I said, they're versatile. They'll fit in with a lot of different lines and collections. You could use them with Acid Rain. You could use them with Star Wars. You could use them with just about any line you can think of. And they also have the 6-inch line, which again could fit in with just about anything you would want. I do appreciate you watching this review of these two Fortnite action figures. If you like this video, I would appreciate it if you would leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button if you really would like to see more of this content popping up in your feed. There's a link down in the description to my Instagram page. I post toy photography there, as well as just general updates and things like that. You can follow that if you want to just stay up to date with what's going on. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.